Hi guys, Asmo here, and today I'm gonna talk about the alternate quality gems that are coming to Heist. Today is the league launch, so I'm probably going to play for a really long time, and then maybe on Saturday or Sunday I'm going to make like a summary video about how my league start went, and then that's going to be the next upload after this. But now let's go over the skill gems, and the first thing I noticed when I skimmed through them is that a valuable addition are the aura ones. So for example, anger gives you, instead of like, because the auras have a very shitty quality, it only is valuable in team play. And if you're playing alone, it gives you absolutely nothing, unless maybe for minions, if the minions run too far away from you, but it doesn't really affect it much. So what you're getting instead of pretty much nothing, the increased AoE, is something like, for example, 5% increased movement speed, or 20% increased burning damage. Or if we scroll down to the end of the active skills, we have Zealotry, so 5% crit multi, and you regenerate some life, or a reduced mana reservation. Those are very, very valuable. So this is an amazing thing to get from the heists. So this is a really, really good one. And then let's look basically through the things that interest me, because I'm not gonna be playing Ancestral War Chief, and I don't care that it deals extra damage with ailments, and I can do like poison totems, like not gonna do that, so I don't really care about all of these other skills. But let's look through some of the interesting ones. So Animated Guardian, 40% increased minion maximum life is kind of crazy. I mean, you already could make an immortal Animated Guardian pretty much, but that's just even more crazy life on Animated Guardian. And then also 60% increased AoE helps you when you're running all of the aura items. I think it applies to that. Then we have Arc minions. Added lightning damage for animate weapon. That's actually kind of interesting. Chance to intimidate enemies. That is very strong. Wow, that is like way more powerful than the increased movement speed, I think. So that's pretty cool. Arc has increased chaining range. That's the relevant one. That's pretty good. What else do we have? Arctic Armor, less damage taken. That might be interesting and might be worth picking up now on like channeling builds, for example. Armageddon Brand, 5% chance to deal double damage. Although the cast speed is pretty valuable because you have to recast those. People just recast brands and pretty much never use the brand recall, like only sparingly. What else do we have? Ball Lightning, nothing here that would save it. I don't know what the supercharged means, but I'm gonna assume it's just like you deal, let's say if you deal like 50% or even 100% more damage, that's just like 10%, like every 10 balls, and that ball might not even hit the enemy. So this is not really powerful like enough to justify, like to counteract the nerfs. So the nerfs to Ball Lightning are so strong that I'm definitely not going to be playing it, because you need some investment in it to make it work well. What else do we have here? Blade Blast, some poison support for Blade Blast. Blade Flurry, increased elemental damage while channeling. That's a significant amount. 20% increased AoE is also pretty significant amount. I like that. The 20% increased AoE might be actually making Blade Flurry a little bit better for clear. However, the attack speed, of course, is very good still. We've got some leech on Blade Vortex. That's very nice. What else do we have? Blade Storm, Blazing Salvo. That's the one I'm interested in, because that's what I'm gonna be playing. Increased AoE is good by default because it helps you with the overlap. Increased projectile speed might help if you're like aiming at monsters and they're running away or something. And then just 5% extra damage as chaos. That's not really relevant for anything. Blight has normally increased AoE. This gives you some damage instead. It's nice to have that option. Like for single target, you definitely want the increased chaos damage over AoE, right? So for Blight, this is what people are going to be using. This is also like the hinder might be useful if you're like using it for totems or for something and you care about the slow. Blood Rage giving you leech. That's actually pretty nice quality of life if you are leveling early on and you're dealing some extra elemental damage. This might be pretty helpful if you're like have this gem for leveling, right? Because you obviously are not gonna have this gem as your first character, but later on. Blood and Sand, this is a pretty powerful one because 10% increased cooldown recovery rate, nobody cares because you don't want to swap back and forth, even though there are some incentives for it, but you're not gonna do that anyway because it's tedious and nobody wants to play like that. Sorry, not nobody. I don't want to play like that, let's say it that way, and people who want to play quickly and don't care about like finicking like with the skills. So 10% increased area of effect while in Sand Stance is just a pure bonus for that. It applies for all spells, so playing ED Trickster that normally uses Blood and Sound that might be very, very nice with this as well. So that is really, really cool. Caustic Arrow, it allows you to inflict withered physical damage converted to chaos damage. Not sure how valuable that is, like why would you need that, right? Like the physical damage is affecting the debuff and the chaos damage is affected. Does that even matter? I don't think so. Like it would matter only if you were like doing poison with it or something, or for reflect, I guess, but it doesn't really matter that much. And for resistances, of course, right? Yeah, if you were like reducing resistances, I guess it matters for that. So it's pretty good for like if you want single target with it, but people are not playing Caustic Arrow for the single target anyway. What else do we have? Cleve. Okay, what's up with Cleve? 10% attack speed, 40% increased effect of 100% chance to destroy. Those are very interesting ones. 100% chance to destroy corpses on kill. That's very interesting. Like how? You just slash them? So 40% increased area of effect while not dual wielding means you're incentivized to use a shield or something, for example. This is really cool. I like these, or maybe can you use it with two-hander? Yeah, I think so, right? So a two-hander, I guess, as well. This is very interesting for Cleve. Cobra Lash. I like Cobra Lash a lot. 20% increased chaining range. That's really nice. Projectiles. Oh, that's like the there is the Deadeye passive that gives you like 10% more damage per each remaining chain, and then there is also, I think, a Cluster Jewel passive that gives you increased, exactly this, 15% increased damage for each remaining chain. So you can stack those and have pretty decent single target. This is very nice. And this especially works well. Does it apply to the poison? Not really, because it's projectile damage. So it's not as good as I thought, but it's pretty good. What else do we have? Contagion, increased AoE, and then increased chaos damage, chance to spread one enemy. So you can like this is actually buff for Spellslinger, because now you don't. Well, you would run ED anyway, but the thing is, you can hit it with other things and then it's gonna spread again, right? Like you hit it with your frenzies and it's gonna spread again. That's really nice. Conversion trap. Converted enemies deal 400% increased damage. Oh, conversion trap leveling or bossing. Like for maybe you wanna get it for a boss now. Wow, imagine Merveil. Imagine using, wow. I'm gonna do this as my secret leveling tech for Merveil, and on the second phase when she summons like the golden statues and then transforms, I'm gonna plant some conversion traps, convert one of the statues, and that statue is just gonna one-shot Merveil. That's great. What else do we have? Crackling Lance. 20% of lightning damage converted to chaos damage. I love that they are allowing you to convert more stuff to chaos damage. This is gonna be great. What else do we have here? Cyclone AoE for 5% movement speed. Oh yeah, that's nice. That's a very powerful thing for Cyclone. Increased movement speed is very, very nice. More clear speed for Cyclone. What else do we have here? We are still at D, so we have to continue. Recover life for each mine detonated. Wow. Wait a minute. Is that just like a So mines have increased detonated speed. Recover life for each. Do I just want that? So do I just get it in like a skill? Do I just get this skill gem now actually? Because this is not trivial, right? Because you can Yeah, you can recover like a few percent of life. You can constantly recover like a couple percent of your life. That's really nice. Like you might be actually getting this now. You might actually dedicating a socket in your gear for that. That's really nice. Okay, what else do we have? Discharge is gonna be very big. This is gonna be the League of Discharge. So let's see, increased elemental damage, increased cast speed, chance to deal damage without removing charges. That's for like, let's say if you're not reaching your maximum charges all the time, but you probably will design a build that does that, so this is useless. 40% increased damage if 3 different charges types with, yeah, that's what you get for the one-shot setup, yeah. Discipline, you and nearby allies have 10% increased damage while full energy shield, and you and nearby allies gain 40% increased energy shield recharge rate. Okay, just nice, just some extra bonuses instead of the area of effect, so it's gonna be always great. What else do we have? Maim, Earthquake. This is interesting. So increases and reductions to spell damage also apply to attack damage from this skill. So people will for sure make up some builds with this that will be like an Earthquake caster, but you also have like, so like Trickster, for example, you have attack speed and cast speed. So you can do like some weird hybrid of like casting, but also attacking quickly with Earthquake. But what I would suggest to do is basically get yourself an Arcane Surge. So get yourself a source of an Arcane Surge, and that way you'll be able to, yo, is this, let me show you something. Is this a Hierophant Earthquake League? So here you get, where is it? 1% increased area of effect per 50 unreserved up maximum mana up to 100%. So you can get 100% increased AoE. And then you can get the gain Arcane Surge, like gain Arcane Surge when your totems hit stuff. 25% increased area of effect while you have Arcane Surge, increased spell damage while you have Arcane Surge, and spell damage, of course, increased spell damage. So you could potentially play like a Hierophant Arcane Surge, giant AoE Earthquake build with a staff block as well. That's such a hipster build. What else do we have here? Increased ailments, Essence Drain. Regenerate, blah blah blah, of debuff as life. I mean, that's just extra regen, right? Increased damage with hits. That I don't think that does that much. 2%, 2 additional projectiles. Impale on spell hit. Wow. EK Fizz Impale. Maybe EK Fizz Impale and Poison. How about that? EK with Fizz, Impale, and Poison. What else could we put in there? Not much, I guess. No, just Poison and Impale. That would be pretty interesting. Maybe EK could be very powerful as well. What else do we have here? Firewall, 5% chance to debilitate enemies for 1 second. I don't think this is strong enough in terms of the percentage. It's like you're not hitting enough in order for that to be reliable. Firestorm, base duration, first impact deals 60% more damage. Base duration is minus 0.0. What does that even mean? Like what? Base duration is minus, is that like an extra 0 there? What is 0.06 seconds? Like what is that? Like how does that matter, but you deal 60% more damage? That has to be a typo or something crazy. I don't understand. Like how is that even a period of time in this game? Like that's, if you're playing, okay, so how many is that even, like how many frames is that? So if you're playing in 60 frames, right, if the game is like rendered on 60 frames, right, then in 1 second, right? So 1 second divided by 60, that's how is this? Okay, 1 divided by 60, okay? That's 0.016, okay? So 0.06 is like 4 frames on 60 frames per second. Like, what do you mean? That's so bizarre. This is the weirdest thing I've read on all of these. Okay, Flame Dash. Cooldown recovery speed, increased travel distance, actual damage. Oh, so this would be for like Flame Dash totems, huh? What else do we have? Flame Wall. This is the one that I'm going to be using. So hey, guys, a tip from what I've seen in the yesterday's skill gems. Let me show you. Actually, let's go to the news. Let's go to the news and look at the gem information. I'll show you something. So first of all, we saw the Blazing Salvo, right? Which if you add up the damage and you do it times 7, which is all the projectiles, so assuming all of the projectiles can hit if you stack the mine on top of the target, which should be possible. If all of the projectiles hit, this deals like 100 more damage than Fireball or something at the max level. I don't know about the early levels or how it scales. And it has a little bit better damage effectiveness because Fireball has like 240, this has like 280, I think, damage effectiveness. So this is a little bit better than Fireball in terms of, and people already are like possibly playing Firewall mines, so this should be good. But the great thing about it is that it fires so many projectiles, which obviously is better with like added damage, especially with the damage effectiveness being better than Fireball overall in total. So what you want to use with this is the Flame Wall, which will add even more like flat extra fire damage that you'll be able to add. So basically what you're doing is you spawn all the mines on a boss, then you put a Flame Wall on that, and then the boss spawns. Then you do Wave of Conviction with fire exposure, curse on hit, flammability, and then you detonate all of the mines with Blazing Salvo, and all of the projectiles fly through the wall and hit the boss with the extra damage, and it's an insane burst. So this is what I'm going to be trying to accomplish, so that's going to be great. So let's go to the Flame Wall. Where were we? Flame Wall. So increased area of effect, increased cast speed. Oh yeah, that's nice. Inflicts fire exposure. Ha! Ha ha ha! Oh my god, that's actually even better. Oh wow, the cast speed is very nice, but the fire exposure is even more damage. Oh my god, 10% more damage on top of all of that. This is crazy. Yeah, that's the one that I want. That's some serious damage. This also will work very well with Pyroclast mines, by the way, yeah? If you put them on top of the boss. Flame Blast. So Flame Blast is definitely something that I'm gonna be trying. Probably I'm gonna be trying it. So fire damage converted to chaos damage, and then 2 weapons that convert the rest. 100% chaos Flame Blast. Let's go. What else do we have? Flamethrower Trap, increased cast speed, Flesh and Stone, Flicker Strike, increased teleport range, increased cooldown recovery rate, Freezing Pulse, deals 80% of the damage, projectiles gain damage over time, dealing up to 60%. Oh, like reverse the thing. That's really nice. Wait a minute. Cannot pierce enemies? What do you mean cannot pierce enemies? So that means it's gonna be able to like chain? Excuse me? Are we gonna like do like chain fork freezing pulse? Or what? Like what is the point of this? I think that's the point of this, right? Like the projectiles will be like able to like fork and chain and stuff. This is interesting. Frenzy. Targets one additional nearby enemy. 5% increased damage with ailments per frenzy charge. Okay. Poison Frenzy Assassin. Poison Frenzy Assassin. What else do we have here? Frost Blades fires additional projectiles. Frost Bombs, increased area. What are the interesting skills? Show me the interesting skills. Glacial Cascade. 20% reduced area AoE. Final Burst deals... Yeah, it's all about the Final Burst. I feel like Glacial Cascade is like a self-casting thing now, not mines. Totems possibly, because the cast speed was buffed. the damage was nerfed. So bad for mines, good for totems and self-casting. Glacial Hammer, increased AoE, increased attack speed. That's nice. Those are better than the default one for sure. Grace, chance to avoid elemental ailments, chance to avoid chaos damage from hits. Oh, that's very interesting. What else do we have? Hatred, increased movement speed while on chill ground. Okay. Herald of Agony, minions deal less damage. Agony Crawler has chance to inflict withered. So this is actually good if you are playing like a, let's say, Pestilence Strike or Viper Strike or Cobra Lash Pathfinder, and you're relying on poison, and you have Herald of Agony just because it increases your poison damage and chance to poison, but you don't really care about the minion damage. So the Wither actually helps you here with your damage, so that's pretty nice. Herald of Ash, reduce area of effect, increased area of effect, the increased AoE. Herald of Ash auto bomber thing, memes, very nice. Herald of Ice, chance to freeze, increased AoE, that's nice. What else do we have? Holy Flame Totem, more conversion, fires extra projectile, nothing really game changing or very relevant. Ice Crush, the third stage deals more damage, but excuse me, but things get hit only by one stage, right? I don't know what's the point of this exactly. Like, I guess it's a single target buff if you are standing long enough in one place. I don't know, I don't feel it. What else do we have here? Icicle Mine, fires 2 additional projectiles. Just straight up buff, straight up just now, Icicle Mine is pretty good with this. Like, the projectile speed doesn't matter. The fact that it fires 2 additional projectiles means you cover enough that it actually should have a decent clear now. So Icicle Mine probably will be actually good now for clear. What else do we have here that is good? Lacerate, increased damage. Most of these are very boring. They don't do much really, like increase area of effect or increase damage or chance to hit an additional enemy, which Lightning Arrow already hits so many enemies. The problem with Lightning Arrow is the single target, not any of these things. What else do we have? Lightning Tendrils deals 60% of damage. Stronger pulses deal 200% hits and ailments. What ailments are we gonna do with lightning here? Like, they want us to convert it to fire and do ignite lightning tendrils or what? Magma Orb, increased projectile speed, Molten Strike, nothing that would save it pretty much. Pestilence Strike, increased AoE, that's very nice. However, the damage multiplier is good. Like, this is, like, you're not gonna... If you're using Pestilence Strike, you don't want to switch to Viper Strike for single target, so the damage is actually valuable. Fizz damage converted to chaos damage. Not sure if that matters for anything, because the poison, it doesn't matter for poison, right? Because I guess it matters for the resistances, right? It matters for the resistances. So if I was playing like an occultist, again with Pestilence Strike, this would be something really good for that. Plague Bearer, 10% reduced chaos damage taken. This could be good. Where is it? This could be good with where is it? Divine. Where is Divine Flesh not on the tree? It's on it's still on a keystone. I thought they put it on a tree somewhere. No, that's Wind Dancer, Supreme Ego, Eternal Youth. I guess it's not on the tree. But yeah, if you are relying on chaos resistance, then this is actually pretty good. This would reduce also I guess 5% of elemental damage that you're taking. So this would make you pretty tanky. That's pretty nice. This is for if you're playing Scourge Arrow in hardcore or something, maybe that could be pretty good for that. What else do we have here? Pride, Punishment, Purifying Flame, Consecrated Ground applies 5% increased damage taken to enemies. This is, I guess, nice. This is pretty strong. What else do we have? Pyroclast Mine, increased effect of an aura, burning damage, ignite, doesn't really matter that much. Specters, minions are created with maximum frenzy charges. This is good for like, there's a build for specters that you like raise them during a map and you can have like, they're way stronger, but you cannot have them permanently or something like that. I never played that build, but this could be good, useful for that. Zombies have regen or deal extra chaos damage but then take some damage. What else do we have here? Reeve, bleeding, +2 to maximum stages. Oh, +2 to maximum stages. So now with Val Reeve you can get to 6, and with this you can get to with Val Reeve that is like this, you can get to 8 stages. So that would be like a whole screen of AoE. That's pretty interesting. Righteous Fire, increased AoE, buff grants 20% increased spell damage. Does that work for also Val Righteous Fire? Because that would be pretty nice. Like Val Righteous Fire for, oh my god, people are 100% going to one-shot Awakener this league with just like one skill, like one Quackman. Like for sure, 100% Awakener is getting one shot. Like Awakener 8 is getting one shot by discharge for sure this league, 100%. So easy, it's gonna be so easy. Scourge Arrow, each spore pod fires 2 thorn arrows. Okay, here's my problem with all of this. They are so poorly worded and I don't know why. Like each spore fires extra, like 2 more thorn arrows, 2 extra thorn arrows, not 2 thorn arrows because it fires like 6 by default or something. So it will fire 2 extra ones. So now it's like 8 or whatever, right? Which is actually pretty good. And chance to poison hit, okay. What else do we have? What are the interesting things? Where are the interesting skills that I'm actually going to be playing? Smoke Mine, increased AoE. It has AoE. I guess it leaves a smoke cloud that gives you evasion. Skill effect duration, 10% attack and cast speed from the buff. That's very nice. Soul Rend, increased AoE. That's pretty good, although it has tiny AoE, so what does it even do? Increased duration, that's actually better than the chaos damage here, probably. 100% increased damage with hits. That's actually kind of defensive buff, because the damage with hits, it actually gives you energy shield leech, so if you double that, then you're getting double energy shield leech. So that's very nice. Spark, pierce, 2 projectiles, converted to chaos. Now those are some interesting additions. Now this is what I expected from these alternate qualities. It's like you can either choose to fire more projectiles or pierce or convert it to chaos. This is very, very nice. So you can do like 100% chaos with like Voltaxic Rift, right? Something like that. What else do we have? Spellslinger, Static Strike, Steel Skin, Stormbrand, chance to chain, increased effect of shock, AoE. Nothing game-changing really. What else is here? Summon Golem, Summon Raging Spirit. Maximum to... Again, you mean extra to Summon Raging Spirits or actually maximum to Raging Spirits? These are so poorly worded. This is really horrible how they worded this, because it makes you think like they actually nerfed the skill, but it's just 2 extra maximum Summon Raging Spirits, I'm pretty sure. Skeletons, minions can't be damaged for 2 seconds. I guess that helps for bossing. Minions have 10% chance to 100% chance to summon a skeleton archer instead of skeletal warrior. I'm not sure if that matters, because you're summoning, like, this only applies to because you don't always summon them, right? You summon skeleton warrior is like only one of the options, because you summon like 6, so you can summon like up to like 6 skeletons and then 3 of the warriors. So now you're gonna be able to have like 6 regular skeletons and like 3 of these, something like that. I don't think this matters much. Skitter boss, that's interesting, because that's what I'm gonna be probably using for the miners. So we have 40% increased movement speed by default, which is great. AoE, that doesn't do much, because the movement speed already is doing the work for that, I guess. So this doesn't really matter. Increased effect of non-damaging ailments. That's pretty good, I guess. This is pretty nice. For bossing, I guess this would help you a little bit for the shock, yeah, for example. What else do we have? Thunder, increase area of effect. Thunder is really bad anyway. Tectonic Slam, you get some extra leech. This is really nice. This is very nice. What else do we have here? Viper Strike, converted. This matters for like the resistance reducing and wither, right? So there's actually a lot of extra damage that you're getting. What else do we have here? Wave of Conviction, increased area of effect. Physical damage converted to cold damage. So this allows you to actually do like a cold Wave of Conviction, I guess. So that's pretty cool. What else do we have here? That's pretty much it for this. And then all of the support skill gems. This is crazy. This is like the most insane list of skills. Like, let's look at some of the interesting ones, right? So what are they? Like, let's say Elemental Focus. Elemental Focus. Normally supported skills deal 10% increased elemental damage. Instead, you can have 10% AoE or chance to avoid interruption. This is not... Okay, let's look at Convert. Okay, so Fist to Lightning support. Supported skills have 10% of physical damage convert. Again with the shitty wording, what is wrong with them? 10% extra physical damage converted to lightning damage, because it already has 50%, so now you have 60%, right? This is crazy, but yeah. This absolutely does nothing. Doesn't matter at all. You already are using this with skills that already have half of the damage converted to lightning. It might work for some niche thing, but it doesn't really matter much. What else do we have? Caustic Arrow converted to chaos damage. Conversion. Oh, we want to look at where are the supports. Added chaos damage support. Supported skills have 20% of physical damage converted to chaos damage. Now we're talking. That's really nice. That's really nice. That means you can... Wow. Okay. So how do I do all of it? Because, okay, with 20%, some skills convert. Like, you only need 40, right? I would need to only have 20%. So, okay. Converted to chaos. So what do we have converted to chaos? We have Caustic Arrow that already converts to chaos. We don't care. Crackling Lance, 20% of lightning damage converted to chaos. Okay. So we can do 100% chaos Crackling Lance, right? Because we can do the 60% from gear, right? And then we only need 40%. So we can do 100% chaos Crackling Lance. Wow, that's nice. What else can we do? Detonate Dead. 60% fire damage. So okay, Detonate Dead can be 100% chaos very easily. Flame Blast can be 100% chaos very easily. Pestilence Strike, that's already a chaos skill. Spark can be converted to 100% to chaos very easily. Toxic Rain, Viper Strike, they are already chaos. That's very nice. What else do we have here? Decay. Supported skills have 10% of physical damage converted to chaos. Decay is a pretty dead skill though, pretty dead support, so I'm not sure that's gonna do anything. Okay, what else is interesting here with the supported gems? So added fire, fire damage over time multiplier. Wow, that's a very powerful one. Instead of just 10% increased fire damage, you have... Oh, but you have deal reduced fire damage. Okay, so this is shifting to like a dot damage. That's very interesting. Okay, what else do we have here? Ancestral Call, melee strike range, area of effect. The area of effect is actually very nice. That's very nice. Arcane Surge grants 0% more spell damage, 0% increased cast speed, grants 0.2 regeneration mana per second. What? Doesn't it already grant that mana regeneration? How does it... This is very weird. Arcane Surge lasts 2 seconds. You mean like extra 2 seconds instead of 4 seconds? What is wrong with them? Why are these notes so horrible? These notes are insanely horribly written. Like, what do you mean Arcane Surge? Like, you actually mean that there is a quality that I can switch the quality of my gem so that instead of 4 seconds, it lasts only 2 seconds? Like, what do you mean? Extra 2 seconds, right? Like, why is it written so horribly? Supported skills have 10% increased mana cost. Oh my god, this is... What is this wall of text? I'm not even gonna bother. Arrow Nova, projectile speed, blasphemy support, increased effect of supported curses. Supported skills have 40% increased area of effect, but 10% reduced effect of supporting curses. This would be maybe good if you're playing Occultist and you want like the explosion or something and you don't really care about the effect of the curse. 2% reduced mana reserve, that's pretty strong as well, so that's nice. Bloodchain Mine, reduced mana reserved, that's fine. What else do we have here? What are some custom crit? Where is custom critical strike support? More attack damage, increased attack speed. That's not as good as the increased crit chance at all. That's like actually really, really bad. I mean, supported skills deal 20% more attack damage is kind of crazy. That's actually kind of crazy though. Like if you're relying on both the attack and the spell, if you're somehow... Oh... Earthquake cast on crit and you scale spell damage. That's gonna be it. That's it. Earthquake cast on crit with this, with 20% more attack damage, and then your spell damage. No, but this doesn't. No, but then you have to support the. No, then you just support with like gems that give you more spell damage, and that gives you more damage with Earthquake and with the spells that it triggers. Yeah, some kind of cast on crit or something with Earthquake is gonna be playable. That's very interesting. Chain, increased chaining range, chance to not pierce enemies. This is very weird, like 80% chance to not pierce. What? What else do we have? Cold to fire. Supported skills have 10% of cold converted to fire, so extra 10% of cold. Supported skills deal 60% increased damage with poison. So this assumes that you're like converting everything then later to chaos or something. This is very, very weird, but very interesting. What else do we have here? Control distraction. Supported skills have 60% reduced critical strike chance, but they have 10% chance to freeze, shock, and ignite. Okay. What else do we have? Calling strike. 60% increased damage with hits that are on low life, so you quicker get to the calling strike range. Recover 2% of life when supported skills call an enemy. Not sure why that would be relevant for anything, but sure. What else do we have? Efficacy, reduced mana cost, increased skill effect duration. Oh wow, okay. This is nice for Blight, for example. This is nice for Blight. You can have such a long Blight in this league as well. I feel like Blight might be better than, like, people might not even play ED Contagion, they might just rely on Blight in some way. It feels very, very interesting. What else do we have? Enhance, reduced dexterity requirement, okay. Energy shield, energy leech support, 10% increased damage, increased maximum recovery. So many of them. What else do we have? Impending Doom, these I still don't fully understand. Innervate. What else do we have? What's interesting? Item rarity. Supported skills have 2% chance for coin shower on kill. This is very interesting. I don't know what that exactly means, but I hope this is not Perandus coins, because I couldn't care less about Perandus coins. I don't want to get extra Perandus coins for the quality or rarity or whatever. I hope this is like just extra currency, you know, just drop a bunch of small currency, you know, a 2% chance for that. But it's 2%, so it's gonna happen like every map all the time. This is really nice. I'm definitely gonna check it out and see what it does. Hope it's not per Andus coins. What else do we have here? Mana Leech, Meat Shield. Meat Shield, 8% chance to block. That's a pretty big amount of block. That's nice. What else do we have here? Multiple traps, multi-strike, increased area of effect per repeat, increased attack speed. No big difference in here. Pierce 2 additional targets. Projectiles from sort of piercing. This could be abusable in some way, but it's not that much damage, so it doesn't matter really. What else do we have here? Pulverize, Ruthless, Second Wind, regenerate 1% of life per 1 second when you use supported skills. This is pretty nice. You can have it on your dash and you just regenerate a bunch of mana when you're dashing. It makes you more tanky. Spell Echo. Oh, this is nice. This is actually nice. So this is Spell Echo usually is used with something like EK, and when you're doing that, you just like shield charge. You press it, it does the EK twice, kills everything, and you move on and you do it again. Does the EK twice, and in this case, you are basically dealing 20% less damage on both hits, but 60% more on the second one. So 60% more on the second one. Is it 10 or 20 more damage? So it's either 10 or 20% more damage. My math skills are failing me right now. But 60% more damage on the second hit, while 20% less. So 20% less, but then 60% more, right? Yeah, it's either 20 or 10. I can't do math. Anyway, it's just more damage. And it's definitely better than 10% increased spell damage, so this is pretty much a must have, you know, unless you want the cast speed, but this is pretty much like the way to go now. What else do we have? Swift Affliction, attack speed, movement speed. What else do we have here? That's pretty much the end of it. Withering Touch, increased extra stack of Wither, Void Manipulation, increased area of effect. Very, very nice. Like, dude, these changes, I wish they worded them better, because some of them are super confusing, especially to people who don't remember what the skills do by default in all of the other areas that is not listed here as the default thing. But there are so many cool things here that are definitely going to be made, that people are definitely going to make crazy builds out of. Definitely auras. Keep an eye for auras. Like, if you get these alternate quality gems, they're probably gonna be worth good money, because they're gonna be kind of like mini awakened gems, but maybe even more rare than the awakened gems, unless people like run a lot of the Grand Heist. But with so many gems, they're kind of like, or they're more like lab enchants, maybe like helmet enchants from lab, because there are so many of them. It's so crazy. So definitely people are going to be trading those, and they're definitely going to be valuable. So keep an eye on them, especially the aura ones. That's a long ass video, but imagine if I went over all of the 800, like over 800 alternate quality skills. So thank you guys for watching, and have a great league start. See you next time.